Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. I'm trying to free your mind.
RoboCop? No. RoboDog. Robotic dog rejoins New York police. New York City officials unveiled 3 high-tech policing devices Tuesday, including a robotic dog that critics called creepy when it first joined the police pack 2.5 years ago. So NYC has been partnering with Boston Dynamics to make this work. You may know Boston Dynamics from the flipping dancing robots. So in addition to deploying DigiDog, Mayor Adams and the NYPD also announced that it's piloting 2 additional equally unsettling types of technologies. The first is the use of the Star Chase's Guardian HX, a handheld or car-mounted launcher that shoots GPS tracking tags onto vehicles to track them during car chases. So here is the Guardian HX right here. Electronics base, can mount it, all that good stuff. And it says there's also the K5 ASR, which is a robot they'll be deploying here. It says a machine described from a company called Nightscopes that's described as a fully autonomous outdoor security robot. As noted by the New York Times, the NYPD will use the bot to collect intelligence. The new devices, which also include a GPS tracker for stolen cars and a cone-shaped security robot, will be rolled out in a manner that is transparent, consistent, and always done in close collaboration with the people we serve. They kept this idea on the show for years after some backlash, and they just unveiled it, so I don't know how transparent they're really being. The criticism just gave them more time to perfect how they use it, and I think they'll implement it slowly to work out the kinks in society and normalize it so people get used to it. You'll probably see more memes or whatever, more videos, more TikToks about it to get it, embedded into pop culture. Adam said the remote-controlled 70-pound. Let's scroll down. Adam said the remote-controlled 70-pound, 32-kilogram DigiDog will be deployed in risky situations like hostage standoffs starting this summer. If you have a barricaded suspect, if you have someone that's inside a building that is armed, instead of sending police in there, you send DigiDog in there. So these are smart ways of using good technologies. Now, this idea isn't new. If you recall, about 7 years ago, Dallas police used a robot to take out a mass shooter. They armed the robot with C4, with about a pound of C4, and they rode it up to that rooftop building, and it barricaded them behind a wall, and then they detonated the C4. So this has been done before. Now, the New York Police Department's pilot program for the system will last 90 days. So when the government says that something is temporary or a pilot program, you should definitely believe them. The government never lies, so I'm sure it'll be 90 days, and that's it. The autonomous security robot, which Adams compared to a Roomba, will be deployed inside the Times Square subway station in a 7-month pilot program starting this summer. Putting it in subway stations first, I think is a good idea to normalize it. People will probably get used to it. Maybe, like I said, something funny happens, they post some memes, they grift, whatever. But I guess they got to first make sure that people don't jump the turnstiles and that homeless people beg for money. So what better way to do that than implement a robot dog? I also like how Adams tried to make it seem like a robot, this DigiDog is going to be like some household thing. Like, there's a big difference between a device patrolling your floor to vacuum something on a timer like a Roomba versus a robot with a built-in GPS trained to protect the state through machine learning. And eventually they're probably going to be able to attach tasers and all types of weapons to that. Now, you can try to do that to a Roomba, but it's a lot differently than putting it on a dog that has the ability to be slightly more agile than a circle vacuum that just goes back and forth on a timer. So it says the device will be used in shopping centers and other locations for several years, and it will be joined at first by a human partner. So when this inevitably becomes a permanent thing, I wonder what happens to all the real dogs. I imagine that they'll keep them around because they're, obviously can sniff out drugs pretty quickly, and they're also very painful if you get bit by one of them. But what if you could train the robot dog to recognize drugs via infrared, or maybe you put a device that can break down a substance like they do at a lab. Maybe you can put it in a tray, and then the robot dog can tell, hey, this is 97%, Oxycontin or something. But real dogs should they probably should stop making real dogs narcs anyway. I think they deserve better than that. And do we get RoboCops with the Robo Dogs? Generally, the RoboCop is supposed to be, in the movie, obviously, is more of a super soldier. Like, if you look at these cops today, they're not in the greatest shape. Like, I'm not sure how effective a 300-pound obese cop is with a dog. And if they have to control it with a remote or an app, like, will the cops be able to move fast enough to navigate that thing? Like, is it maybe they do it from command centers or something like that? But a lot of people argue that cops aren't trained enough as it is, so adding a new piece of tech might not be a great idea. At the end of the day, I think that cop is probably going to reach for that pistol first before he starts trying to fumble with his phone or a remote to try to say, arrest this person with the dog. But anyway, peace out, German Shepherds. DigiDog is here to stay. So if you probably haven't heard by now, if you haven't, the Justice Department finally, apparently they arrested somebody who leaked some classified information, Jack Douglas Teixeira, in connection with alleged unauthorized removal, retention, and transmission of classified national defense information. Teixeira is an employee of the United States Air Force National Guard. Now, the interesting part about this is they finally made the arrest in April, and they had been working on this for a while, but reports have come out that said this thing came out. These documents have been public on Discord since January, on this Discord channel called Thugs Shaker Central. And it says, since the leave, a server often called Thugs Shaker Central, which has had several other names at different times. Image files shown to Bellingcat, that's the website of where this article comes from, detailed a further document in the same style and formatting of those posted in the WildMouse server that was dated to January 13th. So another server got wind of these documents, but they were able to trace back the images to another Discord server. It says, yet given the images shared were screen grabs and not a link to the original server post, which has been taken down, it is not possible to independently verify the authenticity. So there's a lot that will be revealed, because it's basically screenshots getting posted back and forth between 4chan and Telegram, so nobody knows where the original copy came from, at least not yet. So the Thug Shaker Central server was originally named after its original founder, one member of the server with username Vakito Bellingcat. Server administrator duties then passed through various users before a new member took on the responsibility, and it went through one of many name changes. So the author points out posts around these channels that showed the server's users were interested in video games, music, Orthodox Christianity, and fandom of the popular YouTuber Oxide. Apparently, Oxide is somebody from the Philippines, very famous YouTuber. I never heard of him. Then it said, this server was not especially geopolitical in nature, although its users had a staunchly conservative stance on several issues. Racial slurs and racist memes were shared widely. Here we go. And it said, Bellingcat contacted Discord to ask about the existence of the Thug Shaker Central, WildMount, and Minecraft Earthmap servers, as well as whether Discord had any knowledge that the top secret documents are apparently being shared there. They also asked the Department of Defense. Discord hasn't provided comment, and the Department of Defense sent them an email, so we'll get back to you, basically. We're reviewing the matter. Ukraine, so these documents apparently shared information about the Ukraine-Russia war. Ukraine thinks the documents are fake news. Some Russian officials think they're real. Some think they're fake. I just wanted to go through some of the bullet points. The biggest thing I got from this article is that whoever this Vaki dude is, He really seems pretty open and transparent about releasing information pretty fast. Now, if I had to guess, and I could be wrong, either the members in this Discord group didn't expect classified documents to show up on their feeds. They could just be really naive. Of course, it could be used as a case to take away even more rights for privacy. The author of this article makes it a point to explain that, like, the Discord has racist things and memes in it. This definitely happens in some Discord channels, but it wasn't enough to get them deleted until now. He also, he says in an article that they frequently change the name of the channel, so maybe the mods or the algorithm couldn't catch them. But generally, I don't think you become a target for like Discord looking at your channel for racism until somebody reports you. And these 20 people that were in this server were chilling for a while. They had 20 active users, pretty tight knit community. Generally, Discord is not looking for communities like that anyway. So that's interesting. So more will be revealed, but any hack or leak will always be used as an excuse to protect the people, and usually protection means less privacy. And finally, it was only a matter of time before chatgpt scams would start tricking people. Everybody wants to get involved with AI apparently, and now the phishing attempts are here and people are falling for them. So cyber criminals leverage the popularity of ChatGPT and Google Bard to distribute redline stealer malware and thief sensitive user data. One of the most concerning risks associated with generative AI platform is the ability to package the AI in a file, which creates the perfect excuse for malicious actors to trick naive downloaders, which is a lot of people. By tricking a victim into installing a malicious file, hackers could steal confidential data, compromise financial accounts, or disrupt critical infrastructure. So what happens is hackers hijack popular Facebook businesses or community pages with a lot of followers, usually in the United States, Greece, India, countries like that. Then they use those accounts to promote the downloads of scam ChatGPT or Google Bard related files. Like most phishing attempts, they look real, but once a person downloads and extracts it, so you can download a file and it's still not necessarily affect your computer. It's extracting it and actually interacting with it that starts the hack. Then the malware is activated. Then hackers can steal passwords and download more malware. Pretty basic malicious stuff. Regular social engineering has been done for years. It's the easiest way to hack into a device. But since everyone's so excited about this AI wave, they see a link, they see some way to make money, they think it's an easy way to make money, they're going to click on it. Now, if you are a normie in the hacker business and you want to get started quickly, don't worry, because Redline Stealer is actually not that expensive. You can think of it as like a malware as a service. For roughly $150 a month, you can buy this malware and fulfill your hacker dreams if you want it. Most purchases are done via Telegram, so it doesn't take that long to get started. So essentially, it's served as a service. And if you pay monthly, you can basically get updated hacker files that you can send in phishing emails to anybody who really wants to get involved with the AI craze. Let me know your feedback. This video will also be available on Odyssey and Rumble. Thank you.